All right, let's get this adjusted. Are we live or not? I can't tell. Let's get me in the center here. All right, let's wait and see if we've actually gone live or not, because YouTube could never get it right the first try. It takes a minute. A sip of my water here. All right, let's adjust this a little more. All right, how's that? Let's see if we actually have gone live or if it started a fake timer again on me, like it normally does. Well, 37 seconds in and it's running. So I think we are live. Hey, everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and I'm going to do a live stream for you guys. Let me give you guys a bicep shot before we get started. Oh, Mount Bicepius. APU Sunday night's going decent. Going pretty decent. Just got done with a Warhammer game. I'll probably throw some pictures up on Facebook. It was a tie. I had normally win my games lately. I started playing again recently. Playing against some good players now that had a perfect tie, 24-24. 24-24, perfect tie. Big man, do you even lift, big man Darius? I mean, you don't seem to talk about lifting a whole lot, and you seem to know who those people are, the Noble Maddies. Do you even work out? Come on now. I gotta wonder if half the people in the live stream even care about training. You're just a bunch of trolls. Forgot to bring my microphone over. For those curious what sort of mic I use a Blue Yeti. All right. Let's get some training and fitness related topics going. So, 13 people watching now. Let's get some real topics. I'm probably not going to do the full hour. Apu, you make friends at the gym the same way you make friends everywhere you go in life. You stop and you talk to people. Mike Josh says, hi, Jason. Are using weight machines a waste of time for natties? No. Why would they be a waste of time? I use a couple machines. I prescribe machines. I think in particular, a lot of lower body machines can be pretty good, right? Leg presses, reverse hypers, belt squats, leg extensions, leg curls are all useful. Upper body, though, it doesn't make as much sense. You're not really needing to remove all this loading on your spine and stuff. I don't think there's a lot of use for upper body machines when different barbells and dumbbells exist. Just my opinion. Right? Just mainly you're just trying to get tension in certain areas. And because mainly you don't want to have a heavy barbell on your back for too much work as you get more advanced. Keeping in mind the needs of novices are not the same needs as advanced lifters. All right, Darius says, is it possible to lower blood pressure with potassium citrate? You to get enough from a potassium supplement to be beneficial is probably not going to be very cost effective. Why don't you just eat a diet higher in potassium and reduce your sodium intake? Sodium to potassium ratios, lose some body weight, lose some body fat. There's your solution. TKS, hi Jason, any reason you don't do lay-in crunches? Why do you think I don't do lay-in crunches? I do lay-in crunches. All right. I just don't waste time doing them on camera. Stand around, spend 50 minutes doing crunches on the camera. All right. Hey, Pooh, can I do leg extensions and leg curls with a dumbbell if I stick it between my feet? Maybe if you can find a setup that works. Macron says, well, getting really strong on barbell squats significantly improve your vertical jump height for, let's say, basketball. Probably not. I'm not saying it won't improve your jumping ability, but your vertical, there are very few things that will increase your vertical, to be honest with you. The best thing you can do to improve your vertical jump will be to pick your parents very, 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 very carefully. Okay? That is the number one secret to a really good vertical. In fact, that is way more important than anything you will ever do in training. I would argue picking your parents is 10 times more important than any form of exercise or training you do for your vertical. Okay? Because you can run the best vertical improving program known to man as the average Joe, and someone with good genetics for it will still beat you by 12 inches, who's never jumped before in their life. All right. Felix says, you've been doing body power training for a few months to lose weight. It's been a lot longer than that. I don't have it tagged down to an average per month. It's been an undulating scale for over a year. But I mean, the lightest you've seen me recently is 207. And a year ago it was hitting like at 230. So, I mean, what are we talking about? A little over 20 pounds in just over a year. All right. Avon, who is your number one female celeb crush? I don't know. When I was younger, so I mean, are we talking about when I was younger? Or are we talking about today? Back in the day it was Sandra Bullock. I don't know about today. I don't really follow celebrities that much. If I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't spend a lot of time thinking about celebrities. I like the ones that are really hot. All right. You're going to make me pick one. Scarlett Johansson. There we go. I got to pick one off the top of my head. Where do you buy that water flavor? At the grocery store. It's called Sonic Cherry Limeade. You don't have to get the exact one I get, dude. It's not honestly not that important. If you just want to add flavoring to your water, find a flavoring to your water that you like. Felix says, do you think you got lucky with your parents' genetics? In what regard? Intelligence or what? My calves, probably. My bicep insertions, not so much. My receding hairline, I don't know about that. Avon Pierce said, I hit legs today, coach. All right, good. Should you do it again next week? A Nuke says, is bench press enough for triceps? No. I don't even need to read the rest of your question. No. It's enough if you want small triceps. Apu, I don't even know how often I get recognized in public, because occasionally I get people who, were you at this place? I saw you. Oh my God, I was afraid to come up. Like, it will come through my social media. Other times they approach me. So, who knows how often? I don't know. And it's at different ratios as far as people approaching, They're most likely to approach you in a grocery store or a Starbucks. The least likely in larger places like airports. Airports, you will get messages. Oh my God, were you getting off of a Delta flight? I thought I saw you get off of a Delta flight. And it's like, yep, yes, I did. All right. Yeah. But grocery stores are probably the number one place where people will actually come over and say something. All right. Why would it annoy me if someone asked for a picture? No, why? That's not annoying, though. What a silly question. If someone is a fan enough of you that they literally want to take a picture with you, come on. It should never be annoying to you. when you have made that much of an impact on someone's life in some way that they literally want a picture with you, come on. You should be flattered by that. Kevin says, on your cut, how much of a calorie deficit do you run? I aim for 500. I don't know. I don't track the exact deficit. I just track of the downward or upward trend that I would like to see on the scale and just adjust my food as I go. You can't nail a 500 deficit. Do you really think you have that degree of accuracy? With the equipment you can afford to buy and put in your house, assuming you're not a multimillionaire, I'm going to assume you don't have $1 million in disposable income. You can't do that. You do not have access to the technology. All right. Mecker says there's a Twitter post going viral about an influencer asking random people to barbell curl 100 pounds and struggling. Gym bros are pointing out that 110-pound barbell curl is pretty crazy. What do you think? Are we talking about a curl, or are you talking about a cleaning it up like a cheat? Are you talking about a crappy power clean, or are you talking about a person taking their biceps and doing this? Because I can tell you right now, to put 110 pounds on a barbell and to walk over and do this, notice what I just did? Average guy who works out can't do that. Okay? The average guy who works out cannot do that. Minimum quantity of veggies a day for a grown man. I don't know, because that's hard to pin down, because are you talking about your starchy carbs? Those are oftentimes vegetables. Are you talking purely about like more fibrous, lower calorie vegetables? Are you counting potatoes? I count potatoes as vegetables, sweet potatoes, but those are really a calorie source too. How about as much as you can reasonably stomach? Felix says, what's the ratio of fans to trolls you meet in real life? I bet trolls are too afraid to approach you. The ratio? What do you mean the ratio? None of those people would ever dare approach the person. There's no way. All right. Those people are cowards by default. They're cowardly people. Look how many of them hide behind stuff. They won't even tell you their real name, if they even show their face. Come on. Gotta show up in person with anybody. Matt Heaton says, sup, coach? Sup, Matt? Morgan Powell says, does TRT make you infertile? Is there anything you can take to stop it? That's a very nuanced topic. I don't answer those sort of questions anymore. The answer is, for the majority of people, no, it doesn't. And yes, there are things your doctor can prescribe to reverse it. How's that for a fair answer? Apu, do you think a smoothie can replace? Is it raw? I can't see under the thing. Why would you need to eat raw veggies? And a smoothie is raw veggies. I don't understand your question. I think cooked vegetables will destroy a smoothie, hands down. You must not actually watch my channel. You don't watch my nutrition videos, Apu. I already know. All right. Or you wouldn't even be discussing raw vegetables. Come on. My position is very clear on vegetables. Cooked vegetables are generally superior. And it's not my opinion. Okay. Well, get caught up, son. Get caught up. All right. Matt gave a donation, has a question. My biceps are a weak point. If training everything else once a week on a body part split, should I fit in another bicep session within the split? No, not necessarily. I mean, you could, but you don't necessarily need to train your biceps twice. You could have them separate from your back day, and that would work. Like I don't think you need 2 bicep days. Now, if biceps are truly a weak point and you want to do them fresh on an arm day, you could have your own arm day and still have a back day that still hits them still to some extent. That's totally workable. Okay. If you do not have a separate arm day, I would only pair them with back though. And then that way, all of the exercises that you do prior to biceps are still stimulating biceps, and you're not wasting energy on other exercises that might create peripheral nervous system fatigue that are not stimulating the biceps. Okay, that would generally be my advice. So if biceps are lagging, your real options are either to have an arm day or to only pair biceps onto like a back day. Okay, don't do shoulders or chest or any of that stuff in the same day with your biceps. Would generally be my advice. And again, it just has to do with how much fatigue you are creating in those different areas before you hit the biceps, and whether that fatigue contributes to bicep development or only to reducing performance later. Matt says, okay, back to the drawing board, biceps with chest right now. No, you can do back and biceps on Monday. Okay. Apu, I don't know what shirt brands are good to look jacked. I don't even know what brand I have on right now and I look jacked. Why don't you just get jacked? Right? Alexander says, hey, Jason, I personally never had any problem eating refined sugar, aka sugar patches and candy, but also my fat was zero. And maybe because of the nearly zero fat diet, maybe. But too much refined sugar is still problematic itself. And how do you know you didn't have problems? Did your A1C look good? Did your lipid profile look good? Were your triglycerides low? Did you have any indications of insulin resistance? Like that's what I would ask. Now, or you meant that you just stayed really lean? Felix says, is that t-shirt an extra large? No, it's just a large. Over Mark says, white t-shirts also make you look the best in creating. I don't know about that. Avon Pierce says, Eogi. I don't know how to say that, or Pokemon. I don't really know the difference, to be honest. I don't really know the difference, man. They're both card games. Okay, this is where people go, damn it, Jason, why do you discuss things you don't know any about? Okay. I do know that they're both card games that originated in somewhere in Asia. I don't know if it's Japan, Korea, or China in which they originated, but I do know that they are card games that originated in an Asian country somewhere. And eventually they got popular in America, and they had some cartoons made around them with some round balls or something and a guy with a hat. There's something called Squirtle that walked around saying Squirtle, Squirtle, Squirtle. Squirtle. And this, like I think one of them is called Charizard. Is that how you say it? And then Yogi is like kind of the same thing with a different company. All right. Is it okay to eat? King Bruce says, is it okay to eat most of your calories in the morning for breakfast for body comp weight loss? Yeah, if that's what you want to do. Felix says, old cards are worth a lot of money now, says Warhammer. I mean, in theory, some old Warhammer stuff could. Yep. Avon says, you still eat it. Why would I do that? Avon, am I doing breakfast chats? in front of a camera? I'm going to ask you a very serious question. Very serious question. Do you think that's actually where I ate normally, or was it just for that little short-lived breakfast chat? Because people are like, we want to see you eat. We want to see you eat. We'll pay money to see you eat. You know, it's just weird as hell anyways. Day of eating. You want to see a YouTuber eat. It's like, okay. I don't know what you guys, I don't understand that whole day of eating thing of why you guys want to watch them eat. I don't get it. I did it for a little while and I quit. After saying for a decade, I thought it was weird. Like, no, man, I eat where I want to eat. Go hang out in my garage in my weight room and eat. Alexander says, can I have high triglycerides and high A1C inflammatory markers while looking lean without feeling bad? Possibly. TKS says, are high rep band press downs good for tennis elbow? Potentially, yes, they can be. A poo, well, that's kind of the point. I think the whole watching other people eat is like a form of porn for some people. It's just kind of the implication. Yeah, off mass, that's kind of the thing. Avon Pierce said, what would be your advice to Calorie muscle for secondary prevention? I mean, another heart attack? He's going to have one because he's refusing to do anything intelligent. Like his doctors already told him, stop all this silly stuff. You're just hurting yourself worse. Okay. But he's not capable. He is not mentally capable of not doing something crazy and extreme. He does not have the personality or intellectual capacity to do so. King Bruce says, do heavy dumbbell curls carry over to other lifts, now functional or dumbbell curls? Anything that uses the biceps. Halo New Vegas says, what's your thoughts on this old school gym equipment, chest expanders, and Alpha Destiny says everyone should do them. Why should they do them? I don't see the benefit. I don't think they actually work. My opinion, says me. Felix says it's still popular eating in front of the camera. I think it's called mukbang. I saw somebody eat 13 jars. Oh, Felix. You had to say the 13 pizzas, didn't you? Bro. Now I know I'm watching you. Snowcrow97 says, do you think seated dumbbell shoulder presses are a good exercise for building delts? I don't think I've seen you do them. I think I've done them before on camera. I think you've seen a couple of my clients do them before on camera too. You just forgot that you're seated. They're okay. They're an all right exercise. They're good front delt exercise. Alexander says, is sucrose bad at calorie deficit since I don't have time to cook rice? Sucrose is not something you should really be eating in significant amounts, to be honest, even in a calorie deficit. Avon Pierce says, I'm drinking a chocolate shake right now. Forgive me, coach. Is a cheat day. He wrote is a cheat day. That's fine, man. Bro, I'm not going to judge you for your cheat day. Are you lean? Are you healthy? Why am I going to judge you for what you eat on a cheat day? Cheat day, cheat meal, as long as you're staying overall within your diet, you're eating clean most days, you're lean and fit, you want a cheat day every now and then, a couple cheat days a month, I don't see an issue with that. It's the daily stuff that's the problem. Go Jack says, is there a reason there isn't the same sort of strength standard for upper body pulling strength? Or one rep max is riskier and less practical. Well, for chin-ups, yeah, they can be risky, absolutely. Right? They can be risky. It's just easier to do rep maxes in terms of what people can execute regularly. Less risk. I mean, we could calculate it over to a max pull-up. You've seen me do, like 100 plus pounds on a weighted pull-up recently, right? Mainly because everyone wants to then do it on chins, and I've had friends who've torn biceps on weighted chins for maxes. Literally had to have them repaired, and it's not like a deadlift where it's bad form per se. King Bruce says, "Is it weird when I'm at work, a 30-pound box feels heavy for me, but a gym 135 barbell doesn't?" A little bit. Avon says, "Why didn't you like manual transmissions?" Because why would I need them? I've never liked them. No interest in it. And because when we got into cars, we were into drag racing in a straight line. And by the time I reached high school, automatics were out accelerating standards for most people when accelerating in a straight line, particularly when you get into stall converters and all that stuff. So, when we get to that 30-year-old technology, they were pulling ahead already. It's more cost effective, more consistent acceleration. You were on a budget. All right. Again, if you were a high school kid on a budget and you can get a hold of a TH350 back then and drop a shift kit and a stall converter on it, it was very budget friendly. If you just wanted to go really fast in a straight line from a dead stop. Alexander says, white rice better to overcook or undercook? I don't know. Stevie Ray says, hi, Jason, my friend's left pectoralis is now severely bruised from touch and go benching. He's too afraid to show his parents out of fear they will freak out and go to the doctor's office. Any tips from my pal? Go to the doctor's office. All right. My problem is I can eat 6,000 calories in a weekly cheat day, which negates all the calorie restrictions of the other days, and don't do it. Snow Crow says, do you think the dumbbell shoulder press should be done with a hammer grip more in front of the body or pronated grip? I like it a little more hammer grip in front, personally. Strength standard for a strict press for men over 40. I don't have one. We already have a bench in there. I already have a bench standard. Bench uses more muscles. How often do you meet fans in public? It's not a set duration. Kevin says, what duration is your eating window? Somewhere between 5 up to about 8 hours. Apu, I don't have thoughts on modern day addictions. Maybe you should go talk to a channel that cares about those things. I don't know. It's not my area of expertise. The sport of bodybuilding. I'm not even going to. What? I'm starting to think Arnold Schwarzenegger and some of his old professional school bodybuilders is hard gainers and have average genetics and so bad genetics you don't have. What? That is not even a coherent statement. That's on Greg Doucette. He's achieved quite a few things, but he's a con man who sells scam products. All right. And any reasonable person who can look at research would draw that same conclusion. Sport of bodybuilding says modern bodybuilders is shaming these golden era bodybuilders. It's just pharmaceutical differences, man. That's it. Phil Hogan says, have you ever tried doing cluster sets / rest pause? I used to take my sit. Yes. I don't think it's necessarily advantageous, which is why I don't still mess with any of it. All right. Go Jags. That is way too nuanced to get into here. King Bruce says, is a 60-pound dumbbell curl impressive? I rarely see people curl over 40 pounds. A 60-pound fairly strict curl with a dumbbell is pretty impressive. AP says, which other fitness YouTuber do you recommend? They all seem to be cons. Do they sell any products that are known to not work? Then they're a con man. And I'm sorry, that just is what it is. Avon Pierce says, what is the antidote for the black pill? To avoid all black pill content and cut everyone out of your life who's involved in the black pill movement. Block them on your social media. Block their phone number. Quit listening to that nonsense. It's poisoning your brain. Mark Lobliner versus Dave Palumbo is the online fitness community's latest drama. I still haven't seen any of it. All right, where are we at? We're at 31 minutes, man. It's getting late. I got to wind this down, guys. I knew I wasn't going to have time for a full hour. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and wind this down. I love all of you guys and gals. I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you for your support. And I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.